Hello and welcome to the Youth Work and Community Practice presentation. My name's Jenny and I'm going to be chatting to you today about the course. So in this presentation we're going to cover the following. Why you should come and study Youth Work and Community Practice at UClan, who you'd be being taught by, what potentially you could go on to after the course, what facilities there are at UClan and what the course will actually look like when you're studying it. So the Youth Work and Community Practice degree at the University of Central Lancashire is based in the School of Social Work, Care and Community, which has an absolutely amazing track record of delivering really great professional courses. We're one of the best in the country for delivering social work, and we have a huge placements department that's used to dealing with students working towards professional qualifications. This is a brand new course which has been written to reflect the direction of modern youth work. We'll look at all the different ways that youth work is operating at the moment, as well as looking at the history and the theory of youth work. We've written it in collaboration with employers and service users. So the programme has got a flavour from what the employers that you'll hopefully go and work for following the course really want you to know. Throughout the course, you'll have the opportunity to gain additional certificates and qualifications. Those might be health and safety, safeguarding, child protection, sports coaching qualifications, counselling and mental health qualifications, and other ones that are changing regularly, all to make sure that you're as qualified as possible to go and work in a modern youth work setting. We're currently in the process of seeking professional validation through the Joint Negotiating Committee, or the JNC, through the National Youth Agency, and that's just in its final process. So hopefully by the time you guys come in September, we'll have that professional validation. We also work really closely with the Centre for Volunteering and Community Leadership at UClan, which is a really well established department that works with over 300 placement organisations, of which lots of them will be looking forward to taking youth work students as part of your placement. So why come to the University of Central Lancashire? We have absolutely amazing student support services. The university is an open, accessible institution for people from all backgrounds, and we really support the idea of widening participation, which you'll find through this course. It's not necessarily students that are 18 that have completed A-levels, although they will be very welcome. It's also students that maybe have got a real depth of interest in the area that we're working in, and maybe a lot of experience, maybe voluntary experience, and want to progress that. The university holds a number of different accreditation and awards which demonstrate how committed we are to inclusivity and supporting that widening participation agenda. As a school, we were recently commended for our inclusive learning strategy, meaning that we really took account of the different needs of our students and were able to modify our assignments to make sure we could meet those needs. If you come onto the Youth Work and Community Practice course, all the teaching staff will be JNC qualified youth workers with an absolute wealth of experience in the field, all of whom have worked for a long time with young people in different settings. Staff research interests include labelling young people, meet young people, and the importance of youth services in society. I'm the course leader, Jenny. My interests lie in young people's participation and empowering young people to have a voice, be that through research or through the work that we do with young people. So this is the course and what it looks like. So you can see that the first year we really start talking about what youth work practice is, modern youth work, and we start working around anti-oppressive practice. In the first year you've got a placement module in which you take 200 hours placement in a youth work field, and you study 5 compulsory modules. The second year starts to look at you guys taking more responsibility for your work as a youth worker. We start introducing a lot of the relevant theory, as well as some of the underpinning researchers that we will work with throughout the course. You have the opportunity to study optional modules in your second year that could include school and community sports development, which is delivered through our amazing sports school in the university, or potentially perspectives on mental health, which is delivered with the Counselling and Psychotherapy Centre at the university. So you're getting a really great opportunity to learn from different people. In the second year, you've got another placement module of 300 hours. So you can see that it runs all the way through. Each year, you'll be expected to undertake a placement. And for the most part, you'll do those placements in different settings, just to give you that really good experience of different places, different types of youth work, and different young people. By the third year, you'll be expected to demonstrate that you are a full youth worker, and you'll be expected to demonstrate that you can manage others. That might be managing volunteers or other youth workers that are training at the time. You'll do a dissertation, which will be a piece of research around young people, and you'll be working closely with staff to be able to complete that. And although for the whole course you'll consider anti-oppressive practice and equality and diversity, and that's a fundamental part of every module that you study, in the third year you'll study the theory and the history of equality and diversity and anti-oppressive practice, and really understand not only how important it is in practice, but also the history and why it's important to understand that. So you can see it's a really exciting course. These modules have been written with employers and with service users and with staff from across the university, all of whom have got really different experience and different viewpoints to bring to it. So it is really, really unique in that sense. So the course is taught through really interactive lectures, debates, presentations, guest presenters, using digital media. There's a blended opportunity so that you can do some learning online. If you would choose not to come into campus all the time, we've got the opportunity for that. As I've already mentioned, parts of the degree are co-taught with other departments and other schools, so you've got a really broad learning experience. You'll come across students that are studying different courses and be able to reflect on how youth work interacts with other sectors in society. We offer the opportunity for student-led assessment. You'll be able to tailor the assessments to the things that particularly interest you. If your absolute passion is working with young people and their mental health, there'll be opportunities to bring that into the assignments that you complete, so that when you leave, you've got that real experience and understanding. We use different and interesting assessment methods, things using digital technology, recording presentations, video diaries, online portfolios, websites, edited pieces of video, things that are different. We're not necessarily going to be saying just write lots of essays. The course has no exams as part of it. That's not something that we do through this particular programme. Every module that you undertake is mapped to the National Occupational Standards in Youth Work, and that's part of the JNC. You will be expected to reflect on every module that you undertake as to how that fits in and why you are learning about those things, and how the things that you've learned are likely to impact on your professional practice. Over the 3 years, you'll be doing 800 hours placement, which is split into the 200, 300 and 300. Those placements will be found for you through the university, although there's the opportunity to go and work in particular placements that you're interested in and finding your own if there's something that you particularly want to do. We've got the opportunities for international travel, hopefully, given the current COVID situation. There will be guest lecturers involved, and you'll learn from people who've worked with young people for a long time, and you'll hear from young people themselves as to what they think. There is the opportunity to be involved in research, and through the journal that we run in the Centre for Volunteering, there's the potential to be published for the research that you do, and lots of additional accreditation so that when you leave the university, your CV will have as much as possible and make you really attractive to employers. When you come to the university, you'll have access to a massive range of support services, and that can include support around your academic studies, but also support, pastoral support and wellbeing support. We have a really fantastic disability services and student services, and our Students' Union is brilliant at supporting students independently of the university. We have lots of support around religious and spiritual guidance. We have a fantastic library resource, as well as a lot of online library resources that are accessible from anywhere. And we've got a great department that can support with ICT if you are not necessarily experienced in the computers and the internet and the things that you'll be expected to do. So there's a lot of support available for you. So please don't feel that you're not sure about coming to the university or that you can feel a little bit intimidated, because we are here to support as much as possible. Once you've completed your degree, there's lots of opportunities to progress. You might decide that you want to go into postgraduate study or research. In the school that we're in, we have access onto different master's programmes, including the Masters in Social Work, which qualifies you as a social worker, a Masters in Social Pedagogy, and a Masters in Community Leadership. We've also got the opportunity to progress onto research degrees, so that could be a Masters or even a PhD if there's a particular thing that you want to continue with. Or you might even go into employment. Again, lots of career paths from this particular programme, including going and working in direct youth work, working in community work, working in the education sector, and that could be right from primary school up to secondary or further education, or even into higher education. You might work in statutory services, which are things like the NHS, the police, education, or you might go and work in the voluntary sector, so working in local youth clubs or working for charities that work with young people and work to support young people. So it's a real range of opportunities once you've completed this degree. If you choose to join us, there is the fees that are applicable to every undergraduate course, and the entry requirements are that you need to have got at least 80 UCAS points or 2 years relevant experience, and that experience might be volunteering or working with young people, or working as a foster carer or something like that. If you're not sure whether you qualify though, do get in touch. You can find out more at the link that's on this screen. Go to the university website or get in touch with me as the course leader. So thank you so much for listening to this little short presentation. If you've got any questions at all, don't hesitate to get in touch with UClan at the details that you can find on the website. Take care.